Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Thanks for choosing my channel. I appreciate every single one of you guys. We're gonna go ahead and work on the foreground for this painting. Has a couple of interesting elements: distant mountain, a waterfall, and like big boulders, rocks, and stuff like that. So I hope it will I hope it will turn out to be a good demo. This painting was supposed to be a start to finish type of video, white canvas to a finished painting, but as I as I was finishing the foreground, as I was filming the foreground, and you can see some of the remnants of the colors that I used, some green, some blue. It didn't turn out the way I wanted to be. The mood I was trying to create wasn't there, and I think my mistake was bringing yellow and green into this painting. It really didn't work with the background and the trees, so I had to erase the whole thing and erase the footage of it and redesign the foreground. So it wasn't going to be a good tutorial, because I was essentially, you know, changing the whole painting, the whole landscape, at least the foreground. The mood I was trying to create wasn't there, so I went ahead and redesigned the foreground. I'm going to finish it with warm colors, mostly orange, red, umber, stuff like that, purple. And but before we jump into the foreground, I'm going to go ahead and show you an edited, condensed version of how I created these trees, just to have some continuity, so you know how I ended up here. You will see the old foreground in that footage, and you will see why it didn't work. Let's go ahead, watch 5-6 minutes of that video, and then I'm going to bring you back and we will finish the foreground together, maybe in 2 segments, maybe in one video, I don't know. Lots of details here, so maybe in 2 videos. I'm trying to keep the videos under like 15-20 minutes each, so let's go ahead and watch that, and we're gonna come back using some umber and black. This is just a dark tone for it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add more white to my blue and create my mid-tone. And just gonna go ahead, drop a few highlights over here with my mid-tone. coming in with some white. And dropping my highlights. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start with a filbert brush, and we're gonna pick up some purple. And let me say hi to TikTok as well, because some of this video is going to be uploaded for TikTok. Hello TikTok. Alright, some purple, some red, and I'm gonna bring in some orange into that mix, some cad orange, and just apply at the bottom and get a good blend over here, and just go over it softly. Not much details here, just to be able to regard it as a mountain. It's enough. Now for this one, I'm gonna go a bit darker. I'm gonna add some raw umber to my mix, maybe some red, and I'm gonna come here and create a darker mountain. Now, because of what happened with the foreground, we have no choice to fix this tree later as we paint the mountain. So this is raw umber and some red. I want to be real on the channel and show you everything. Even when we fail, you will know. It's not all glamorous, you know. Not every painting turns out to be great. I guess that's also important for you to know. Don't get discouraged if you plan something and you have a design in mind and you don't achieve what you want to achieve. It's okay, you know, it happens to everybody, even the most experienced artists. Just go ahead and repaint it. So I'm gonna bring in some lighter orange over here and mix in, like blend it with the rest of the mountain. So at the bottom of the mountain, we have some lighter value. gotta experiment. That's another thing I really wanted to mention with this painting. I think if you take any take-home lesson with this demonstration, even if you stop watching right at this moment, get out of your comfort zone. You know, start painting scenes that you haven't painted before and you're not comfortable with. Definitely something like this is new for me as well, and doing it for a video, definitely challenging, because you know I'm not familiar with this type of scenes and this type of contrast and colors and stuff like that. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone and experiment, try, even if it's a big fail, which in my opinion is not a failure. You learn. If you learn, you haven't failed. So going ahead with some orange over here and just blending it with the darker tone that we had, which was umber and red, and just finishing this mountain over here. Just like that. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and switch my brush to a round, very soft round brush, and we're gonna go ahead, bring in some raw umber, some black and some red, and we're gonna go ahead and start on this side of the painting and work on these bushes and vegetation. It's gonna be same color temperature, same color theme, so I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice. No green for this painting. So I'm just gonna go ahead, lay my darkest value down here, and then I'm gonna go ahead, highlight it with some orange and red. And with some raw umber, I'm just gonna go ahead and paint the outside edge of it. That's the most important part, really. So that's the idea for dropping these bushes, basically raw umber and some black. That's the underpainting. Now once this dries, we're gonna go ahead and work with the lighter value of orange, maybe to apply some highlights. So I'm gonna continue lay the foundation, and I'm gonna bring you back. There's really not much to it, just playing with values, dark and bright. Maybe I bring this a bit taller, something like that, and then this one we're going to give it a bit of character. Maybe it's leaning to the right side. Again, same colors for now, raw umber. I'm thinking maybe we can keep some of that lighter orange in between these trees. I think it would make it more interesting, so we're not going to kill that. Just going to make sure I preserve that. Here we go. Okie dokie. So we're going to go ahead back to our round brush. I'm going to pick up some of my raw umber and mix it in with my orange, cat orange. Make a lighter value of it. You can even add some cat yellow to the mix. Basically make a highlight color for these bushes. Rather some mid-tone, and then we can go brighter with the highlights. So with the same brush, I'm gonna tap that brush onto the palette, and we're gonna come over here on the left side of these bushes and just apply some of that lighter value. And get some of that highlights, or rather mid-tone, on these trees and bushes. Now you gotta preserve some of that dark. Don't kill all that dark. You know, you've heard that many times, because that dark separates these trees or bushes, whatever they are, from each other, and you want to keep the bottom of them fairly dark. And right up here, same idea. And getting rid of that hard edge. Now I'm gonna go ahead with the same brush and basically a lighter value of that orange. I'm gonna go ahead, apply a row of highlight to these bushes. It doesn't have to be the final highlight. We can go ahead, reapply in later if we need to. So just gonna bring in a bit more highlight. And these are not, you know, elements in the foreground, so you don't have to give them a lot of details and texture, but they're there, we see them, so, and they may catch some of that glow. Now, it's not a super realistic scene because of the blue trees, obviously, but I think the contrast is interesting. I don't know, some people may like the idea, this is type of painting that you either love or hate, and I understand some of you guys may, you know, not too keen about this type of scenes, and I get it, I understand. Just experimenting over here and sharing with you. So I'm doing it, and you know, if it doesn't work and you don't like it, you don't have to do it. So think of it that way, save you some time. Now if you like the scene, you like the trees, the shape of the trees, but you don't like the colors, you could go ahead and paint them, make them red trees, then you know everything is in harmony. Again, same brush, press it on your palette, and just a light touch to these bushes, creating some highlights, and soften some of those harder lines. You can even bring in some of your mid-tone or dark tone and blend it in. So now we're gonna go ahead, carve out another bush right right in front of those, right here. Same idea. Alright, so this is my main bushes and trees over here. The next element will be the waterfall and the rocks, boulders, whatever. So if you like the painting, if you want to follow this, stay tuned. Watch the part 2 of the painting, which is going to focus on the waterfall and the rocks. And the waterfall is gonna be a pink waterfall. Probably gonna use some red and pink to do the waterfall. So it's gonna be a very surrealistic scene. Alrighty, thank you very much for joining me and for watching my channel. Paint your dream world. Signing off. Take care.